Hello, PTY kindergarten students. This is Miss Davenport with this week's lesson on science. Next slide. Our science lessons comes from TEKS K.9a and TEKS K.9b, exploring physical characteristics of organisms. Next slide. Our focus questions. Mainly it states, in what ways do parts of plants help them survive in their environment? And then also, in what ways do parts of animals help them survive in their environment? Next slide. We have vocabulary, and in our vocabulary it says, what is body covering? And this body covering is the material on the outside of an animal, such as feathers, fur, hair, scales, shells, skin, or exoskeleton. Botanist. Remember, we learned about a botanist last week. That is a scientist who studies plants. Part. What is a part? It's a portion of an organism. So a part may be anything. Your arm, your feet, your leg on an animal. Physical characteristics. A characteristic that is physical in nature, such as mass, shape, size, color, texture, number of limbs, or body covering. Next slide. In our next slide, you will see 4 different types of habitat. A habitat is where an animal lives. You see the forest, the desert, the water, and the underground habitat. Who do you think live underground? Guess. Look in the picture in the center and tell me who lives underground. I'll wait. I think it's the ant. What do you think? Next slide. There are many places that animals live. Certain animals can live with you and your parents, and those animals are called pets. They live in the house with you. But there are also some places where some animals cannot go. Next slide. One of the places where animals cannot go is in the house with you if they're wild. Some wild animals have to live at the zoo. The zoo keeps zebras, lions, tigers, and bears, and monkeys. Those animals are not safe to keep at home. Next slide. If you look at the picture, you see a horse. The horse is in the prairie. Do you think a horse lives in the prairie, or does it live underwater? I think this picture shows us where the horse lives and where do he mainly stay. If the horse lives in the prairie, that is his home, and the home is called a habitat. Next slide. Woo, this picture has a huge whale on it. And this whale lives underwater. Do you think this whale can breathe and live on land? Or does it have to be in the water? I think it has to be in the water. Okay, thank you for listening and thank you for watching this week's lessons on exploring physical characteristics of organisms. Have a great day.